Homeground Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.
Kia ora touch whānau, welcome to Quick Hit, your short, sharp and touch relevant warm-up, with the aim of warming up and moving those important body parts before kicking into activity. The Quick Hit warm-up requires minimal space, minimal time and allows for innovation.
Mā te rau e te iwi, nau mai haere mai ki tēnei papahotanga a whakaata Mauri. Ka mihi ki ngā maunga, ngā wai me ngā ahi kā o tēnei rohi. Tēnā koutou katoa. Ki ngā kai whakahaere, ngā kai tautoko me ngā kai whakataitai, he mihi māhana hoki ki a koutou. Kia ora and welcome to the 2024 Bunnings Masters National Touch Championships, held down in the beautiful city which is Palmerston North, and we're here on the grounds of Ongi Park. I have the pleasure of joining me in commentary for day one of our 3-day tournament by the man, the one who's done it all, who's still doing it all, Rod Walker.
Kia ora te whānau. It's great to be here again, and it's always awesome to be here in Palmerston North. They certainly turn it on every time an event is brought here. So looking forward to big things this weekend, and obviously just seeing what the players can bring. There's an added component to this with a World Cup upcoming. So everyone's trying to get the best out of themselves at the moment in the build up for that, Maya.
Yeah, what a start to day one of our live stream. This will be our first game, whānau. For those you that have joined into it, we see out here our 3 kaiwawa for this game, led by the man himself who's been around for about 30 years, only looks 21, Peter Tamaroa, and the rest of his crew we see out there. Rod, what a game to start with. Our first game up is in our 40s women's grade. We have a heap of grades. We have 27 women's, 40 women's, 45 women's, and then we have 30 men's, 40 men's, 45 men's, 50 men's, 55 men's, and 60 men's. I'm struggling to run at 41. I don't know how these guys are still doing it at 60, but I'm sure we'll have the pleasure of seeing how well they're doing it. But our first grade, 40 women's. Manawatū, the home team, up against Counties Manukau. What a great way to start with one of our local teams out here for us, Rod.
Yeah, it's certainly a great base to start with, and as the weekend builds on, I'm sure the crowds will build. But it's good to have the local team up first, and up against a stalwart of touch really in Counties Manukau, who generally put forward some very good teams in the past. So it'll certainly be interesting to see how this one pans out, and to see just what Coach Tupu Marks can get out of the county's girls, and likewise with Clive Edmonds on the Manawatū side.
Yeah, some key names here. You said Tupu Marks, obviously his gorgeous wife, Catherine Whakapaina, out there as manager, done it for a lot of years. Just a name there that popped up for me on that team sheet for counties was Laurelie Nathan, obviously a player that's played for New Zealand, won a whole bunch of national championships. And then we flip over to the Manawatū side, and you've obviously already mentioned Clive Edmonds and his team. We see a key surname there, Waka, Rod. So really looking forward to this game. I seen you chatting up, well, I think you were chatting up the Manawatū coach or manager before, as their team was heading to the sub box. What interesting information did you get from her?
Oh no, I think the key for Manawatū out of here will be just how Kelly Gregg and Cheryl Bennett can move this team around the park, and especially through that orange zone. It's a normal story. Whoever wins that usually goes a long way into getting the best side of the score sheet on this one. So let's just see how this one pans out, Mo.
Yeah, key point there. We've talked about that in the 2 previous national tournaments for 2024. It's been that transition area, the orange zone. The team who's won that has generally won the game. We're 2 seconds away from the hooter for our first game, first of our live stream games here on day one of the 2024 Bunnings Masters National Championship. Counties tap us off as they head from right to left on your screen against the mighty Manawatū. There she is, the name we spoke about earlier there, Rod. Mauri Nathan.
Yeah, she's been around for a while as Loza, and obviously been involved with the Bullish Touch crew for many, many years, but a lot of experience, especially at the top level and through New Zealand, and she's still playing great opens touch at the moment.
We see there number 2, Michelle Nawini. I watched and had the pleasure of reffing many games in the NTS. I'm not sure if you see the NTS as we see there for the first dot down, Rod. First one for Counties Manukau goes to Laurel Nathan.
Yeah, and playing it well too, not too expensive. Just keeping it nice and tight as we see. Laurel just for quickie there, just to get her middle, just to over cone there and just taking the inside line. So it's typical stuff from Loza, and it's what we come to expect, but certainly a good build-up. Let's see how Manawatū can reply here. Yeah,
Manawatū will need to shut down Nathan and Ngawini. I remember one of the NTS in Dino's team, and I seen Ngawini join the team, and holy moly, I'd never seen a female player be so fast. So nothing's changed since 20 years ago. She's still super quick. Set that one up. Counties 1-0. Manawatū here, right into a 33 peel. Backdoor play, good defence. Really good defence from the number 1 from Counties there, Rod.
Yeah, I actually thought it was quite good attack there from Manawatū there, just especially playing that seconds play, that going for the phase to see what they could do there. So not a bad try for your first time down that end of the park. So I'm sure they built some confidence off the back of that. But yeah, you're right. Counties just being patient with it, staying man, managing to diffuse it.
Talk about all the players coming out of the woodwork as we see here. Player on the ball, great work here going through. Oh, unlucky. Great setup there, just unfortunately ball couldn't go to hand. We've seen there Serena Clark. I didn't notice Serena because I didn't notice the surname, but Serena again was another player when I seen Ngawini and Laurel Nathan was part of that NTS team. No wonder Counties won so many titles when you had female players of that quality. I'm sure they kicked the boys out of the middle sometime and said, we'll show you how it's done.
You see Manawatū just building nicely just through the field there. One nice little ML. Ooh, hard touch and pass maybe. Yep. Nice little setup, in that part of the park though. A little bit early, and that would have been interesting to see just how the end of that play would have come off.
For those of us who ref more than played, Rod, what's an email?
Oh, it's just a 3-3 PL, I guess, or 3-3 bus. Just a nice little wrap play in the middle, but it's very good at drawing the defenders in, and then allowing the rapper just to get outside the defender there and open the game up a little bit.
As we spoke about earlier, there's 6 teams in this 40s women's grade, so they'll be playing a round robin, then into semis. There we go. Oh, forward pass, unfortunately there. I think she knew it. Was the Counties player, the number 7, threw the pass and already had her head in the air, knowing that the referee was going to call that a forward pass. Like you say though, Rod, Manawatū down the attacking end, they look very intentional about what they're doing. They're not just rolling down and abgoming, they're going into the moves off the back of their transition sets. Yeah, well, just watching the way that they're coming out of their box, and they've certainly got the plays already set as they're coming onto the field. So there's certainly a lot of intent as we see a dummy and through. Nice little work there, just Counties just holding off, just to see what Manawatū might do here, but see there's sort of seemingly nothing on here, just a little show and go, and a bit of a disconnection in the Counties line there, so very well done there. Yeah, Cheryl Bennett, the number 2 from Manawatū. I think everyone thought she was dummy half like I did, so left her alone, but no, she was live and she's got the first touchdown for Manawatū. So while it's been a dominant 5 minutes from Counties, Manawatū have levelled the score up. Great to see. Really, really solid through that orange zone you talked about. I like that touch, Rod. It's always a good touch. Good to see referee Peter Tamarua rewarded that touch. Counties player wasn't in the right position to roll ball. We see now Ngawini off her left. Knew the player was offside, gets into the end goal, looking to join up. Oh, I didn't even think she caught that. We see here now when he knows the defending player is offside, the number 10 from Manawatū takes the advantage, heads out to the right-hand side, deep into the touchdown zone, links up beautifully with the number 1, Katrina Amelia, for Counties Manukau, second touchdown, taking them to a 2-1 lead in this first of our live stream games.
Yeah, and Kat's another one. She's been around for many years. Obviously won a 30s World Cup with New Zealand. Just a nice little push-off there as now when he picked through. So they've got a lot of experience across the park, Maya.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great to see that there's sort of been an amalgamation of the Counties 30s and Counties Open Women's of the past 2 decades now, playing in the over 40s and kept themselves in great shape, fit athletes, and they've always had the knowledge and the skill. It's great to see they've still got that fitness with it. Manawatū now. What's your expectation that they'll probably run into? Go back to that 33 pill, you think, Rod?
I think so at the moment. It seems to sort of be working for them, and I'd say that they'd try it a couple more times just to try and find a disconnection in the county's defence.
We've seen the first 3 times Manawatū have come down, they've gone to this right side. Do you think that's just the strength of the player, they left the right pass?
I think so, yeah. There's not a lot of wind to speak of, so I don't think the coaches will be talking too much in that regard.
Yeah, it is a great view out there as we see in the back of our pictures there. There are 14 fields out here, and we've got all of our Masters teams, which our first game kicked off this morning at 9 o'clock, even though this is the first of our live stream games. This is actually the 3rd round of day 1. We had the tournament kick off at 9 o'clock after what was a really awesome opening ceremony. It's another one of those traditional things that we have in touch at the national tournaments, having the opening ceremonies and the odes, etc. Seeing all of our teams together lined up, Rod, it's a really cool thing to be part of. And I think when you take yourself away from the game, it's probably those things that you start to miss a lot more than actually running around in the middle. So beautiful opening ceremony this morning. Great to see all of our teams here, of which there are a heap. We have 54 teams in this 2024 Bunnings Warehouse National Masters Touch Championships, Rod.
Yeah, well, I guess it's a note to the strength of the game at the moment, especially in the older set and the Masters set. And it is one of those games, Maya, where you can really be playing into your 60s, and to be honest, I think there's actually a 60 men's grade here. So the game is a game for everyone, and everyone certainly gets out to be part of it.
Back to the action, number 8 there. Janelle from Manawatū. Great diving touch to save what was probably going to be a likely touchdown in that right-hand corner. Good to see that a lot of the locals have come down to support their wahine. This 40 women's team who are doing a great job so far. Just down by 1. Great work there, getting there. Oh, that's a good catch there from the number 8, Jackie Smith. Had to dive for it. Sabrina comes back towards her. Is it 6 again? Yeah, Serena Clark. Awesome player, multi-code national representative.
Yeah, so I guess it's the strength of counties at the moment, is they're certainly, when they spot a weakness, they're working that and they're going back to it. We saw a little slip there, so not a bad attempt. Immediate just in the hole there.
Manawatū, though, did a good job there. When you look at the counties players that they had out there, Ngawini, Clark, all out there, and to be able to repel them with a fresh set, Rod, they'd be taking a lot of confidence out there. We see their yards, good set of yards so far. Getting into the attacking half. Looking to set up here, the scoop on the end, back towards the middle. Looking for numbers now. Good defence, though, from Counties Manukau, but a good set from Manawatū in terms of where they gave the ball over.
Yep, they certainly did a very good job of getting down into their green zone. The key for them now is to try and lock counties here, or at least inside their half, and give themselves half a chance on the transition.
Counties now into their work as we see Ngawini, just that speed. Doesn't even look like she's running fast, just would have made nearly 15 metres then as she works her way, gets her team on the front foot. Nathan takes the third touch here. Nathan and Adams now in the middle, working together, steps off her left, Back towards Nathan. Had the overlap, but good defence from Manawatū. It's really good touch, Rod. It's when there's quality attack and quality defence. Even though there's not a touchdown, sometimes I think that's even better to see.
Yeah, you know, and as a coach, you're sort of looking for them to do the 1%ers, right? And if they can do that defensively, it certainly makes life a hell of a lot easier. And both teams defensively are actually working quite well here.
Good work there from the Manawatū winger. Just positioned herself perfectly in the lane there between the Counties attacking Lincoln winger. Lifted up off the line, nice and early. Put herself in there for that intercept. Good work.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting work at the moment from Counties. The last, I guess, 5 minutes they've been going wide, and I think where they have found some progress is in and around the 3-3 work. So it'll be interesting to see if they go back to that 3-3 and just try and get a couple of dots off that.
Fifth touch. We've seen, actually, I'm not sure if you watched too much of the live stream coverage because obviously you were at the tournament up at the Youth Nationals, but there were so many touchdowns scored on the live stream games off the fifth touch, just off nothing, where we've seen the defence just relax, get ready for their yards and just clock off, and unfortunately got scored on. So be interesting to see if that's the case with these much wiser players, I'll call them.
Patience Counties just bringing their transition on. Nice early drop.
Nice positioning there from our on-field referee, Doreen Heppy, who joins Peter Tamaru and Kelsey McKenzie, our three referees who've done a great job so far. I don't want it to happen because I'm going to say it, but we haven't, I don't think, had an offside penalty through the middle of the field. So while some may think that these wise legs might not be able to get back 7, they've done an incredible job of that so far, and the referees have helped them now.
Yeah, just a nice little W there by Counties, and that was the bit I was talking about earlier. Just going back to 3-3 and just seeing what they could find there. And obviously, that one came off for them, but so I guess they'll stick with that just a little bit more.
Ihaka Candy. Ooh. Just hearing the whistle, but can't quite see off camera what was going on there. See referee McKenzie. Looks like it might have been a forward pass off the ruck. Ngawini now with Clark. Let's work their way up the field. Looks like they're going to stay on and take this attacking set, Rod. Yeah, and it's certainly not a bad plan. It's always good if you've got fresh legs and just keep going. Save a transition. Oh, great work there from Serena Clark. Looked to throw out to the winger, but just took it herself.
There's wings on those boots, Maya. She is quick, absolutely quick. And she got well on the outside of her player there and just absolutely gunned for the hole. So, yep, always had the wisdom, and they've still got all the physical assets that you need. It's a very quick side.
I reckon this is sort of the home of touch for me. I talked about this last year when we were down here, Palmerston North, and I think that's just because it's pretty much where I first started to go to the little tournament. So it used to be a regular place. I think we come here 5 years in a row one time, and there always used to be one really rainy day. So I'm hoping that's not going to happen, even though there's forecast for a little bit of precipitation on Sunday. But yeah, lovely venue down here is Onley Park. Great community to come down to.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly has been. We went through that period where there was a lot of games and tournaments down here, and for me, this was my first introduction to Nehe Milner-Skara.
Yes.
When he was in his young heyday, and he was an absolute gem back then. So back then there were a lot of those good type players that were coming out of this area at that time.
Yes, I still blame Nehe for making me late to my boys' final. Obviously, he was in the mixed final one year here, and I was watching him, and I was supposed to be warming up, and I just got fixated watching him, and next minute, the game finished. I'm like, oh no, I'm on in 7 minutes. So, yeah, I'll blame that one on him. But no, what an incredible player. And another, actually, Sean Johnson was another tournament down here.
Yep.
So two players with incredible athleticism who absolutely dominated the airways. As there we see the end of our first half, Counties Manukau. Both teams playing really well. That 4-1 lead to Counties Manukau. They sort of snuck that out there without us sort of knowing, but great first half. Join us back for the second half.
We're real team members, so you get real savings. No celebrities here, just the lowest prices.
Ask the team about a Ryobi electric screwdriver, only $63. Come in and grab this Dulux interior paint at amazing $116.94. And we've got Yates Weed and Feed, just $27.94 each.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Cut! I've always wanted to do that. Bunnings Warehouse! Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Kia ora team, George here from Touch NZ. Now we all enjoy a bit of touch, but without a proper warm-up, the chances of being injured are massively increased. So to keep you on the field and out of the emergency room, Touch NZ have made a short and easy warm-up series for all levels, proven to lower the chance of injury by close to 50%. So head on over to our site and check them out. Play safe, play smart.
Homegrown Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.
Kia ora te iwi, nau mai hoki mai ki te kemu tuatahi o te rā tuatahi. Just while we got some time, I just want to say a shout out to the incredible team who are producing these amazing shots for us from the Stream Shop. I actually got Dan, who's wrote next to his name that he's the boss, but actually the real boss turned up not so long ago, Helen. So just a big shout out to those two. But on camera one, we have Chris, one of our local legends, with also on camera 3, Caleb, another local legend. We have Terry on camera 2, and putting out all the fires that Dan creates is Mark. So just a big shout out to the Stream Shop team and just the incredible work they do for our touch, the game of touch and what the product they produce. So you can thank them, whānau, and if you need them to come produce these pictures, then you'll know who to get in contact with. What a first half though, Rod. 4-1. It was really tight at the start. I think in the first 7 minutes it was 1-1. Manawatū repelled Counties Manukau for the first lot of attack, and then they dotted down one for themselves. But Counties Manukau, in particularly, once we've seen Ngāwini and Clark getting together, have just sort of taken that first half away from Manawatū, and now they're out to 4-1.
Yeah, I think Counties found, they found their stride in that 3-3 space. So, hopefully the Manawatū coaches have spoken about that and they can tighten that up. But that takes nothing away from Manawatū. Offensively, I think they're doing quite well once they get down there. They just haven't been able to dot as often as they would hope. But let's see how they come out of that as we see the Counties player fall over. Let's get the ball back to the middle here. Nice little drop. ML again. Nice little wrap. Seconds. So it's obviously a play that's in their armoury. The ML with the phase.
Massive shout out to the Manawatū coaching team. Just with every time on attack, they're coming down with a purpose. There is actually a move to be off the end of it. Now that might sound funny if you're watching on the live stream that they come down and had a move in mind, but so often I see teams just ad-libbing stuff or not really that intentional about the attack. But every time Manawatū have been down this end, they've had something up their sleeves, and I'd say as this tournament goes on, their success rate will get high. As we see Laurelie Nathan, no looker left to right. Unfortunately, the number one, Katrina, couldn't quite catch that.
You see Manawatū starting to get about their work again. I notice that their transition players have all left early on that one there, so they're gone searching. Just have to try and build up a little bit more momentum back on this one here again. Bit of a sloppy transition there for Manawatū.
Yeah, and the issue with that is not only the impact of obviously how far downfield they get, but giving this lethal Counties Manukau attacking team the ball on halfway would not be advisable, Rod, would it?
No. And I'd be impressed if Counties did a good job defensively there to keep them out, but it was more the case that, Manawatū just got a little bit confused there on their transition, so now they really do have to work defensively to keep Counties out.
Adams and Nathan off her left again, just looking to set things up. You used the term just before phase play. It's something that popped up once or twice at the Youth Nationals, and how it's sort of, when I'm talking to Maddie Sinclair, it's something that's sort of gone out of the game over the last few years, I'd say probably 5. It's something that was a huge part, I guess, particularly in the mixed game. So we see Nathan now get through just off her right, nice and easy. We see the disappointment there from Cheryl Bennett. Thought she had her. Just the agility from Nathan, as we see here, Rod.
Yes, we see a nice little drop from Adams there, and just a ML. And Laurelie's always been very good at just reading the play, and she certainly took her time once she had the ball. She took her time to assess just what was happening, and just stepped off the right there into the hole. But you spoke about the phase play, Maya. I guess it did used to be common play back in the day, but defences had adjusted to it.
Here's the player I've been looking for, Rod. This dummy half here, number 15, Kelly or Greg. Now, if she told me, ref, I need this, I'd be probably giving it to her. She's a professional boxer. So there's no way I'll be answering her back. But not only that, she's pretty much played league for every representative team you can get, including the New South Wales Women League team. So I think it's got here that she started when she was 14. Well, doesn't look much older, but must be to play in the 40s. Manawatū into their work here. See what they've got. We talked about how intentional they've been. Ooh, probably just should have split to the short side there on that 32.
Yeah, especially on a lift like that, it would have done a lot more for the cell. But now they've just got to work hard here, try and keep Counties down as far down this field as they can. As we see Counties just pull away again. Oh, nice touch.
There she is. You can see why she made all the league teams. Good with her fists and just as good with her legs. Nawani back out onto the ball. Setting things up in the middle. Getting to the spots they need to. Yeah, good defence there from Manawatū. Stay nice and connected, Rod, which is a key part.
Yeah, Counties is trying to run a little bit of a follow there, but Manawatū didn't fall for it.
I don't think we'll see too many long balls in this game thrown from the middle of the field, so that's just smart play to sort of be a little bit tighter in that middle, knowing a lot of the players probably going to come through that part. Much better transition set here from Manawatū.
Yeah, I think I like that one by Greg there. She just took her time as she was coming through and allowed her transition players. Just give them a little bit more time to get on and wrap around. So that was smart play.
Huge amount of comms from the box, the Manawatū box that's just in front of us. I love the enterprise here, just the ball is hot potato.
Yes. Certainly a lot in terms of their intent. They know what they want to do, and they're going out and they're giving it all they can. As we see Counties just transitioning on. Nathan on the ball now.
Adams now with Nathan. We see Bentley just on that left-hand link. I imagine there might be something happening in that space. Adams drops for Bentley. Oh, wow, I'd love to see a play on there, Rod.
Yeah, that's that comes back to Nathan again. She's just been patient. She knows what she's doing, and certainly managed to build a penalty out of that. So, bit of a fake on the late. Not a bad play first, early on in the count. But they certainly are hanging around that 3-3 area now.
So we see Nathan here just drawing her defender out. We see the back door from number 10 from Counties. I imagine 5 years ago that would be a nice right to left long ball out to the winger.
Yep, Napier just on the sweep there. But once again, good defence from Manawatū, just holding.
Bentley and Nathan in the middle. Nathan comes out to Adams. Short side. Yep. Short side, little fall. I wonder if she could have scored it. Definitely didn't see that extra pass there from Adams. Just the ability and the mindset to even know that was on. Good set there from Manawatū. Counties having almost 2 full sets on their line. Great set.
Yep. Scrambled defence there from Manawatū. They did very, very well.
The area Counties have been dominating in the second half is defensively, getting up, lifting nice and early as Manawatū try and work their way off their line, which has held them to halfway the last 2 times. This time we see Manawatū turn over the ball just 10 metres off their score line. Be pretty hard pressed to hold this team out. We see Bentley and Adams looking to sub. We'll be getting, I'm sure Nawini will be back out here. Nawini and Clark will make their way into the middle. Oh, strong touch. Good touch. Great work there from the Manawatū link.
So we get lateral. Manawatū get lateral on this one. Just trying to pull the ball out. Nice little wrap in. Just need to get forward a little bit. That's better. Just to straighten it up. Try and get their transition forward up the park. Yeah, it's been a bit of a, especially on that third touch, has kind of been where they've floundered a couple of times there.
It seems as if the Manawatū girls are all bailing after the second touch, as opposed to only just one more of them hanging around, so they can keep that momentum, which will allow their subs to come on in a forward motion, as opposed to having to head back to their defensive scoreline. So I'm sure Coach Edmonds will have seen that. I'm getting those comms through to the girls now as we see. Now Winnie looking right to left. Another great catch from the number 8. But Mr. Tamarua said it was that good, you had to dive so far forward because the pass was forward. So he's gone for a forward pass. Lucky escape there from Manawatū.
Yeah, great hands though there by Smith. She's done very well in this game, just to hold her line, and when the balls do come her way, she's certainly got a good set of hands. So let's see if the Manawatū transition here is a lot cleaner, and it appears to be, especially around that third touch. So, nice show and go.
Again, Manawatū, I don't think they've been across halfway in their last 5 sets. So they're doing a great job defensively with the quality positioning of the attack that Counties have had to hold them out. However, they're probably not going to hold them out for too much longer if they keep giving them these opportunities. Counties, unfortunately, couldn't quite make the most of that one, Rod.
No, not that time. Maybe that gap was a little bit too big. They didn't really want to take what was on offer there. But Manawatū really do need to just tidy up this transition part, as we see Greg here just bring the ball up nice and patient again. Now they're in a lot better position now in the right count as we get down through the park, allowing into the 5th here. Ooh, you recount, well done. Now this is the position they need to be in, but it all started from a much better transition through the park.
Definitely. I'm going to chance it by saying it and hope it doesn't make it come about, but again, I don't think we've had an offside penalty so far this game. So again, the quality of the game is really impacted by the quality of the refereeing, and it's been great so far. So we just see a phase play that she called. Yeah, ooh. Good read there from the winger, the number 6 from Counties Manukau. Nena.
Yep, 0 count. As we see Counties very quick in through their transition and giving the ball a lot of air. So they're in a very good position, very good count.
Just watching Clark and Ngawini and how they gracefully go across the ground at 1,000,000 miles an hour, they could easily be playing in the Open Women's. They're incredible athletes, and just to be that quality for that long is just a testament to them both, and an obvious reason as to why they've had a success in so many different codes at so many different grades. Manawatū though, through that transition phase you talked about, it's much better again, Rod.
Yeah, and testament to the coaches. They've obviously seen that and they've fixed it, and the ladies have taken it all on board. So it's a much better scope for them to work on now, as we see them just work that short side. Nice little fast hands, it's a good little bit of skill there.
Yeah, I tell you what's lifted also from Manawatū is their comms. Just the players coming on, they're making everyone, the dummy half, aware of where they are, right side, left side, short, long. So, yeah, really good work from this Manawatū team to take the adjustments from coach and actually be able to implement them. I'm sure many times as a coach, Rod, you've given the advice that was needed, but
it was never listened to by.
It was easy when I was coach, didn't know what to say, so they didn't have to not listen to it.
Nice work there from Manawatū, just slowing down the county's momentum there. As you see them pick up, nice drop. Did you work the hole, Laurelie? Nathan in the hole. Pass. Oh, not quite making it.
Definitely should have been a touchdown, and that was because of Bentley. Just those extra yards, she took 2 defenders out of the line straight away. It was 6 on 4, so great work there from Bentley. I think there's too many options out on that left-hand side, right? Yours, mine, yours.
Let's see how Manawatū's transition can work from the far side and how they can bring that through the field.
Just looking at this game, Rod, and even though there's a 4 touchdown deficit, I have no doubt counties are one of the stronger teams here in this grade. And just seeing Manawatū and the way they played, if they get that transition fixed up, that they sort of just deserted them a bit in that second half, I reckon they might be there at the business end of this tournament too.
Yeah, you can guarantee that that they will fix it up come next game. And for a lot of teams, the first game is always the jitter game. I've already spoken to a couple of players out and around at the moment who were disappointed with their start. So it is a common thing, and I'm sure you're right. There's a lot to like about Manawatū, and I think they just very well could be there at the end of the day.
Yeah, I went past Turanganui Akiwa box, and there was 4 in it, and I was like, "Where's the rest of them?" Oh, we had a tangi, so. And he said, not only do you only have 4 in the sub box, you have to play the defending champs, the Canterbury team. So they were putting in the big ones. Great to see them here. Also, King Country. We've got a number of teams from King Country. Now, to the best of my knowledge, I can't remember a King Country team being at this national tournament.
No, and it is good to see the Mauri Sturt, I guess, is the anchor in around there, trying to get King Country up and going. It is very good to see. And I just watched one of their games on the far side there, and very, very competitive. So it's a great thing to see.
Yeah, it's good to see. I seen the uniform, thought, whose team is that? They got a new uniform. Then I seen King Country. So great to see the King Country here. And I've seen 2 of their games so far, and they are ripping that rohi. Very good. Counties, though, as we just creep into the last 10 seconds of the game, have had a really, really solid game. Even though they are 5-1, they'll have some bugs to work out too before they get to the end of this tournament. As we see Clark there, just a long ball to the right-hand link. Well done to both teams. Our local champs, the Manawatū over 40s women, go down to Counties Manukau 5-1.
Homegrown Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.